Hello, everyone. Today is Thursday, and we're excited to get our project sketch underway. But I'm excited to see your project. This is Art 2, and it's Thursday. So don't forget you are working on your piece this week. You want to make sure you're trying to get those pieces done, get everything done. Make sure you upload your progress daily on your poster for your elements of art. Don't forget that we are looking for, remember that how your poster is supposed to look every day. You want to see changes. So today I wanted to, we talked about line, shape, and your color section. Don't forget, you want to try to have colors that sort of work together. So I'm going to type in color schemes, and this is something you can do too. But these are some colors that work. So think about what colors you want to put in your poster, in your elements of art section. And I'm going to type in art because that way you can kind of see other people's work. But there's opposite colors. You can do opposite colors and they kind of work together. Think about what color schemes and color harmony that kind of work together as well. Let's see if we can, I want to make sure you have access to be able to see some ideas. So let's see what we have here. Color. I want to type in some color schemes that could work for your project. Okay, let's look at the color.
A lot of representational art attempts to portray the world realistically by mimicking three-dimensional space and attempting to faithfully render objects as we see them. However, many artists embrace a different reality. So-called color field painters of the 1950s and 60s wanted to reinforce the idea that the painted canvas is a flat, two-dimensional space. They made enormous, large-scale paintings that were often comprised of just one or two colors. Their art didn't represent the outside world or try to take you to another place. It reinforced the fact that you're looking at a painting. The bold, bright colors they used weren't meant to represent anything else. For them and the many artists they inspired, color is a beautiful and worthy subject all its own. Color is one of the 7 elements of art, along with line, shape, form, texture, value, and space. When light hits an object, some of it is absorbed and some of it is reflected, depending on the materials the object is made of. The light that is reflected off of the object is what we see as an object's color. Red, yellow, and blue are called primary colors because they cannot be made from the mixing of other colors. However, the 3 primary colors can be mixed together to produce nearly every other hue imaginable. Green, orange, and violet are the 3 secondary colors. They are created by mixing 2 of the primary colors together in equal amounts. When you mix a primary color with a secondary color, you get a tertiary color, such as red-orange, blue-green. Every individual color can be altered by changing its value through tinting, shading, and toning. Tint is simply any color with white added to it. So red becomes pink, blue becomes light blue, green becomes light green, and so on. A shade then is created by adding black to any color. Adding black and white to a color produces a tone. Sometimes a work of art will be made up of the tints, shades, and tones of only one color. This is what we call a monochromatic color scheme. One way artists personalize their work is by creating their own very unique colors, tints, shades, and tones. Notice how the violet colors in this print by Anish Kapoor differ from the ones used by painter Morris Louis. Is there one that has more tinting or shading than another? What do you think is creating the difference? One common way people categorize colors is by temperature. Reds, oranges, and yellows are referred to as warm because they can be easily associated with a warm, sunny day. Blues, violets, and greens, on the other hand, are called cool because they often come to mind when thinking about overcast or rainy days. When cool and warm colors are mixed together in a painting, what is the overall mood or feeling then? Besides the weather, there are many other associations and feelings that colors can summon. Is there a color or combination of colors that triggers a specific memory or thought in you? Understanding the effects colors have on you will help you read an artwork and develop your own interpretation of it. And when making your own artwork, knowing the effect colors have will help you control the messages you hope to convey.
All right, so that just basically gives you an idea of what you need to do for your project, understanding color and how that's going to look in your piece. Just to recap, I want to share my screen with you guys. Don't forget that your color section, he used this one right here. You can represent that with a artist. You can represent that by copying an artist. Some artists that you can look at is you can look at Chuck Close's work. He did those concentric circles. So if you want to use something similar to his color scheme, you can. So let me type that in. Chuck Close art. Look, and you can see how if you look up close in his works of art, he has little dots and stuff right here of how the pieces are broken down into color. So look at that section here of how he did his color sections. So that's another example. This is another example of how, if you look up close at his work of his colors. So just think about what how you want to do your color section. The one that I was sharing with you was Magritte. I spelled that wrong, but Magritte, they copied Magritte's work with the apple. You can see an example here with the apple, but they copied Magritte's work. So you can see an example of how they did the apple with the color there. So they kind of use an example here of the red against the green are opposite colors. So you see an example of that in this piece here, but they decided not to add a neck, and they just had the apple as the head. And then they did some clouds in the background like you see here. So think about what you want to do for your project. Go ahead and work on your color section. It can be done in paint. It can become done in color pencil. It's up to you, but I'm looking forward to seeing your work. And I will, tomorrow is Friday, so it's Friday, you're gonna upload your progress so far. It's gonna take us probably a little bit longer to complete this project, but by tomorrow in your discussion board, when you upload your piece, I can kind of get an idea if I need to extend the time or not. All right, thank you guys. Have a good one. Don't forget your sketches are due on Friday too. All right, bye-bye.